And you will pay him 20 silvers by the end of the 3rd moon. You understand?
Thank you, your greatness. You are just and fair.
Yes, I am. Do you accept the judgment of this court? May Allah be witness to that?
Yes, your greatness. I accept your generosity and your wisdom. May Allah be witness to that.
Next.
Farmer complains about his neighbors scaring his farm animals while...
Next.
A tailor claims he was cheated by a silk merchant.
This will take forever. Push it to after the lunch.
An old man requesting to speak to you in person, your greatness?
What does he want?
Says he will only talk to you. He came in yesterday, but guards thought he is a beggar and threw him out. He returned this morning and has been here ever since, crying.
Crying? Why is he crying?
He says he will only speak to you, your greatness. Should guards get rid of him?
Allah, why are you punishing me? Fine, I will see him, but I will see him last.
Yes, your greatness.
Next! Get me something fast. I am hungry.
There is one case that will be of your liking.
I don't take liking in any of the cases, Imran. You know that.
Of course, your greatness. We have a case of a young man who arrived in town this morning.
Trespassing?
No, your greatness. He came to the main gates and requested safe passage.
Why do I have to deal with this? Don't we have our beloved head of guards and his horde of retarded hounds? Isn't this their damn job?
Well, your greatness, there is a problem with that.
Problem?
Yes, your greatness. It appears the head of the guards is currently unavailable because that young man knocked him out.
He knocked out big fat bastard Bashir?
Indeed, your greatness.
Well then, what are we waiting for? Let's see him. This kid knocked Bashir out? You sure? He's half his size.
Yes, your greatness.
Well, well, well. So, you dare to come into our beautiful town and knock out the head of guards? Some piece of work you are, boy.
He started...
You will talk only when you are asked a question, peasant, and you will address our beloved Ghazi as your greatness. Do you understand?
I didn't do anything.
Did Shaitan get into you? Lift him up.
Apologies, your greatness. He was being disrespectful.
Why not decapitate him then? Cut open his gut. You know, there are ways of punishing a person without actually staining the carpet. Do I have to spell it out for you? You can just slap him.
Yes, your greatness.
Do it. See? Equally effective and no stains anywhere. Where does that idiot Bashir find these imbeciles? Now, boy, are you going to behave?
Yes, your greatness.
Good. Now tell me, did you attack and punch Bashir ibn Yahya, the appointed head of guards?
Yes, your greatness.
Accused is pleading guilty to the crime as witnessed by the court of Caliph. Why did you attack him?
He insulted my mother, your greatness.
How inappropriate of him. Does that merit an attack on a servant of state appointed by Caliph?
It did not occur to me to ask him who he was appointed by when he insulted my mother, your greatness.
Some mouth on this peasant. Do you know what the punishment is for assaulting servant of state? No? Imran?
20 lashes and 1 year in the dungeon, Your Greatness, and in aggravated cases decapitation, as per discretion of His Greatness.
See? Decapitation. What do you have to say to that?
I would have knocked him out regardless of whether he was the servant of state appointed by Caliph or anyone else. He insulted my mother and had to pay for it, Your Greatness.
And what if I insulted your mother? Would you punch me too?
I would punch anyone who insults my mother, be that you or this slave master of yours, or your Caliph, Your Greatness.
I like this guy. Who is he? Who are you?
Do you understand your orders?
I do, my king.
And do you realize what it will take to fulfill them?
I will not disappoint you, my king.
We know you will not. Your future, our future, the future of the Oghuz tribe depends on it. You are traveling to foreign lands. People you will meet there are not of our ways. You can't trust anyone. No one must know who you are or what your real purpose is.
I will be stealthy as a wolf at night, my king.
The person you are looking for? He is very clever, and he will try to outsmart you. You must be able to read and know your enemy's steps ahead of time.
I will be smart as an eagle, my king.
And most importantly, remember that you are Oghuz. Go, fulfill your destiny and come back home safely, my son.
I will, father. I will not return home until my task is completed.
Now, when they ask you who you are, you say,
I am an Ozan. I came from Oghuz, from beyond the Great Sea.
He is a wandering storyteller, Your Greatness.
A performer?
In Oghuz, Ozans travel from tribe to tribe, delivering entertainment and wisdom.
Got it. Boy, you are far from your land. What in Allah's name are you doing here?
I travel the earth to seek truth and knowledge, Your Greatness.
You traveled all the way here for truth? They don't have enough of that where you came from?
Truth is everywhere, Your Greatness, and nowhere at the same time. Sometimes one must travel a long distance to find it.
What is your name?
I don't have a name, Your Greatness.
How is that? Everyone has a name.
In my tribe, one has to earn the right for his name. One must kill a wild animal, or prove himself in a battle, or, like in my case, one must find the truth. It is our rite of passage. I haven't earned my name yet.
Are they always like this?
Nomads, Your Greatness. They are primitive, uncivilized people living in tents and camps. That is their tradition.
Fine. What are you doing in my town?
I came from Derband. I was on my way to Shamahia, Your Greatness. I was trying to pass through the main gates when guards stopped me. They asked my identity, where I am heading, and checked my belongings.
What did he have on him? Any weapons?
One sword, Turkic design with Oghuz ornaments. One dagger, simple with no ornaments. A bow and a dozen arrows.
Quite an arsenal you have there, boy. Are you trying to take over my town?
No, sir. They are purely for hunting and protection.
What else he had?
Clothing, food, some money, gold and silver. And some weird instrument.
Musical instrument?
Kopuz, Your Greatness. It is a string instrument that I use for my songs.
I don't like this, not a bit. Weird boy comes from a weird place, carries a whole arsenal of weapons with him, and he just walked in like this. This doesn't make any sense to me. I don't think you are telling the truth.
Your Greatness, I really am who I say I am, and if you order the guards to give me my kopuz, I can surely play and sing for you, so you can see for yourself that I am just a wandering storyteller.
Why not then everyone pick up a drum and flute and let's all dance and sing in harmony? What is this, a tea parlor for you?
I meant no disrespect, Your Greatness. I just merely wanted to prove who I am.
So you tell me you know good stories?
Yes, Your Greatness. I am not a master, but I know a number of stories that can entertain you.
You know what? I think I could use some entertainment for my lunch. What do you think?
I am not.
Of course you are not, but it's decided. Untie him and bring him his instrument. Let's see how good of a storyteller he is. So, do you need an invitation?
There was a king, Your Greatness. He was the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. His domain was big. His treasures were enormous. His army was strong, and he conquered half of the world. He had 100 of the most beautiful wives from all over the world, and 1,000 young and crazy stallions, and 10,000 strong slaves. He was just and fair, and his people loved him. But he was not happy. No matter what he would do, no matter what he wouldn't do, he didn't feel satisfied with his life. His wives, children, slaves, and all the riches of the world did not make him happy. Unable to handle it anymore, he called his viziers and told them, "My most loyal subjects and advisors, tell me, why am I not happy?" Wise people those viziers were, and for 40 days they thought, and finally they said, "O king, you are not happy because there is so much more you can do. Excel in everything you do, and you will be happy." A wise king he was, and he listened. He was smart, and he decided to be smarter. He learnt alchemy and astronomy. Strong he was, and he decided to be stronger. He became a champion fighter. He was a good horse rider, and he became even better. No one was faster than him. Just he was, and he decided to be more just. He improved taxes and made his people prosper even more. But despite all these, the king was still not happy.
What a weird king! How can he not be happy?
Indeed, Your Greatness. That is what I asked him. "Why are you not happy, my lord?" I told him. And he replied, "I can't be happy." And I said, "Why don't you find the happiest person in your domain and see why that person is happy?" The king smiled and called up his army. He ordered them to go to every corner of his realm and find him the happiest person. And soldiers searched for 40 days. And at the end of the 40th day, they brought an old poor man to the king. When the old man saw the king, he fell to the ground in front of him and started crying. The king was mad. He said, "I asked for the happiest person in my realm, and you brought me an old man who is crying." But the old man stood and replied, "I am the happiest person in your realm, O my king, and I am crying from all the happiness I have." And the king asks, "What makes you the happiest?" And the old man replied, "I am the happiest because I have a king like you, fair, smart, just, strong, brave. Your people look at you and they see how great you are. You made this realm blossom, and everyone is happy because of you. How can I not be happy if I am just paces from the person that made the whole kingdom happy?" And the king dropped to his knees in front of the old man and hugged him. And he started to cry too. And his viziers dropped on their knees and cried. And all the guards and everyone in the room cried. And I cried too. As the king understood that what made him happy was realizing that you will find true happiness in making others happy.
Interesting story. And how appropriate. Isn't that, Imran?
Indeed, Your Greatness. Very refreshing.
You know, I always say good story is great for digestion. Don't I, Imran?
Yes, Your Greatness.
There are two kinds of stories, boy. The ones that have a lesson, a message. These stories make you think, understand, and learn something. Those are for the head. Then there are ones that have feelings. They entertain us, make us sad, happy, angry, scared. They don't teach us anything, but give us something to kill our time with. These stories are for the heart. And yet this is the story you chose to tell me. A story with a lesson to make me think and learn something. Why, though? What did I need to learn?
I am not here to teach you anything, Your Greatness. My job is to tell the story. It is up to Your Greatness to interpret it however Your Greatness finds it suiting.
Yes, I do have my interpretation. What about you, Imran? What do you think the point of the story is?
Well, Your Greatness, if I absolutely have to make a very wild guess, Your Greatness, I would make a suggestion. It is about being happy through making other people happy.
Yes, Imran. That's what I thought too. But why? Why does your story imply that the king will be happy by helping others? Isn't that against human nature? How can a person be happy by making others happy? This is surely a nonsense. I would know because that is my job, to see and judge people, and none of them were happy by making others happy. And the happiest of them were so because they were making themselves happy, and nothing more. So that lesson you try to give me with your story is full of crap. Right, boy from Oghuz?
Your Greatness, as I said, I am not here to teach you a lesson, only to tell you a story.
Do us a favor, just humor us. What do you think is the lesson here?
I am sorry, Your Greatness. I can't do that.
I will ask you again. But this time, before you answer, remember that you are being accused of a serious crime, and I am in position to decide whether your head will be put on a spike or not.
Of course, Your Greatness. If I have to make a suggestion, I would have to disagree with you. The story is not about making others happy.
Is that so? What is it about, then?
The king does everything to be happy by becoming better at everything. Better at fighting, science, horse riding, ruling. But nothing makes him happy, because his perception of happiness is corrupt. All this while an old man is happy by just standing next to his king. In his understanding, this is the biggest happiness, not fighting, horse riding, or anything else. It is all about how people perceive happiness. And that old man is so happy in his perception that he is crying.
Interesting. Very interesting. Very bright young man from Oghuz we have here, Imran, don't we? Say, is that crying old man still here?
I haven't checked.
Is that crying tramp still here?
Yes, Your Greatness.
Bring him in. Now, here is an old man who wants to speak to me, and I want you to be present to witness—
If I may—
No, you may not. This young man thinks he knows the world and people. The old man in your story cried from being happy. Here is an old man, and he happens to be crying too. Let's see if he is crying from happiness, shall we?
Thank you. Your Greatness. Thank you. Thank you.
What in Allah's name is this filth?
Thank you. Thank you. Your Greatness.
Speak up, old man. I am here to listen to you.
Thank you, Your Greatness, for seeing me. I know I am not. It's such an honor to see you. I am so happy that you.
Oh, what do you know? Look, he is happy. You were right. Why did you want to see me?
Yes, please, Your Greatness. I have been coming here for 2 days. I would never do that. I would never take your time. No, sir, never. No, who am I? Just a lowly scum on the street. I have no real place.
And yet here you are. What do you want?
Justice, Your Greatness. I want justice.
What happened?
I am a lowly man, Your Greatness. I have nothing. I lived with my son on the edge of town, but he died years ago. And then fire burnt my small house, so I live in the ruins. I have nothing, not a single thing. All I had was my goat. It gave me milk, and I would sell it for food, and it would be...
Yes, I get it. Lovely animal. What happened to your goat?
Your Greatness, yesterday city guards came and took my goat from me.
Just like that? Without a reason?
They said it was my turn to feed them, but I...
That is true. City guards are provided by the people living in the city, isn't it?
I know, but...
And you live in the city, right?
Yes, but...
No buts! You live in the city, and you must feed the guards. That is the law that has been here for years. Are you not aware of it?
I do indeed, Your Greatness, but my goat was the only thing I had, and they took it.
Everyone pays taxes. And you dare to complain?
But my goat!
And you dare to question the word of our Caliph? Our beloved Caliph has fought and destroyed the infidels, your enemies, those bloodthirsty monsters. Or have you forgotten how not even 4 years ago the rebellion was butchering people in the town square by the hundreds? Who saved you? The Caliph and his mighty army. The only thing required from you in this world is to pay your taxes, and look at you. You don't want to.
But how am I supposed to live without my goat?
Go find yourself a job.
I can't. I am old. My body hurts. Look at my arms. They are shaking. My eyes can barely see. Who would hire me?
So you are complaining about taxes and at the same time refuse to work? What do you think this court is? Do you want me to find you a job? Or do you want His Highness the Caliph himself to find you a job? What do you want?
Oh, justice. I want justice.
If you want justice, I can give you 20 lashes for trying to violate tax laws set by Caliph. This is the justice that awaits you.
Your Greatness, grant me a word.
Speak, boy.
Your Greatness, I know it is not my place to challenge your judgment, but surely this old man had to give the guards only a part of his belongings, and not everything. Isn't that the tax law?
Yes, a quarter of all belongings.
Since the only thing this old poor man owned was a goat, shouldn't he be compensated for the other 3/4 of the animal?
Compensation. Yes, that is a good suggestion. We will do just that. What is the market price for a goat these days?
4 silvers would be a fair price.
You hear that, old man? Is that a good price?
Yes.
4 silvers. Quarter of it will go to the guards. That's 1 silver. Is he Muslim? Are you Muslim, old man?
Oh, of course, Your Greatness.
Say the words, then. You're not Muslim. That means you have to pay tax. How much is that, Imran?
Quarter of the income, Your Greatness.
Quarter of the income, that's another silver. But wait a moment. There are also court fees, right, Imran?
Exactly, Your Greatness. Court fees of 3 silvers.
3 silvers? But the plaintiff is elderly and is partially disabled. That entitles him to an exemption. Let's set his fee at 1 silver. How much is left?
Your Greatness, are you forgetting something? How about the archive fee?
Aren't those part of court fees?
Oh, no, Your Greatness. It is just a fixed amount of 1 silver to cover the scribe's salary, paper, archive, registry, and the ink. Nothing more.
1 silver? That's all? We need to raise it for sure. See how much ink we have wasted on all this!
Oh, yes, Your Greatness. But we can't overburden people.
True. I will write to Khalif himself to request the fee not be raised for next year. So, what is our grand total?
4 silvers minus 1 silver guards tax, minus 1 silver religious freedom tax, minus 1 silver court fees, and a silver for archive. That leaves us with a total of nothing.
You hear that, old man? Your compensation is nothing. You have been paid off as per the law. Justice has prevailed once again.
But they took my gold.
Again, the goat. This court ruled in your favor and has issued you the compensation. Do you accept it?
But I have nothing.
Do you accept it, you scum?
They took my goat. Go ahead, make a sound, you pig, and I will cut your throat. Nobody move, or I will end this pig. Tell them to throw their weapons down and step aside.
Please, no.
Shut up and do as I say.
Drop your weapons and step aside. Now!
Drop it! Good. Tell them to step aside.
Step aside and let us pass.
Now move. Move, I said.
Please. What do you want?
I want justice.
Please, don't hurt me.
I told you to shut the hell up and move.
Old man, don't do this.
Move back or I kill him.
Listen, I don't care if you kill him or not, but don't do this. Please.
They took everything from me. I will have my justice.
I understand, but this is not the way. You have to let him go.
No, I will not let him go. They took everything from me. They came to this city. They took my land. They killed my wife and my son. And they took the last thing I had, my goat. I want justice.
This is Ghazi here. He has power and influence. I'm sure he will be generous enough to grant you money and forget all this has happened if you just let him go. Right, Your Greatness?
Yes.
What will you give him?
Money. Food. And he will be free to go. We'll give him a cow and half a dozen sheep. And I promise no one will prosecute him. I swear on my dead and my mother, who is still alive. Just let me go.
See? Now, let him go.
No, back up, back up.
Back up! You want your master killed?
Get back. Stay where you are.
Listen, old man. I just want to help you. You need to let Ghazi go.
Now you listen. I have nothing against you, boy, but I have to do this. I will have my justice. Do you hear me?
I understand, but you can't win.
Win?
Don't you understand? I am not here to win. I am here for justice. Now, everyone drop to your knees or I will end this pig right here. Now! I said drop to your knees, all of you!
Do it! Drop to your knees!
Ah!
Is he dead? Did he kill him? Grab him! You will all answer for this! You, and you! Are you paid to stand there with your mouth open while someone attacks me? I will have you all whipped until you lose the last skin on your back, you hear me? You will be begging on the streets! I will destroy you all! What are you looking at, you bunch of lazy morons? Go back to your work! Now! Take that filth to the dungeon!
Is this your justice?
You grab your shit and you leave this town now. You hear me?
Yes.
Give him his stuff. Now you listen to me. If I ever see you in this town, I will kill you with my own hands. You understand?
What about the old man?
Do you want to test your luck and see how much patience I have? Be very careful with what you say next. That old man thinks he knows bad life. I will give him so much terror that he will think his life up until now was heaven. I will torture him until last drop of his blood flows in his body. He will have his justice.